Howdy, y'all. It's another Unstoppable with my wife, the lovely Victoria, and Michael, the red deck, sitting here drinking chocolate milk out of my glass I acquired from a local pizza shop. It was given to me, y'all. It was given to me. I promise. So, Victoria,
Yes.
other than sexy, how are you?
Oh, I love my delusional husband. So,
What's up?
this is the perfect time to talk about one of the things that teenagers are really having a problem with, as well as young adults.
Oh, hormones?
No.
Okay.
Well, yes, but no. And it's body dysphoria.
Body dysphoria. Say the word again.
Dysphoria.
Dysphoria.
Yes.
Okay. What is body dysphoria?
Have you ever seen the movie Shallow Hal?
I did.
It's Shallow Hal syndrome, where a woman looks at herself or a man looks at himself and sees something completely different than what is really there. It's a lot of, low self-esteem, low self-worth. A lot could be from trauma from childhood, not good enough, never going to be good enough, one flaw in their eyes, but nobody else sees it kind of thing. I'm never thin enough. I'm never going to be pretty enough. I'm not going to have the right eye color. I'm not going to have the right hair color. And women are so, I know I can speak that part from women. I can't speak on it from men, but women are so hard on themselves trying to be the quote unquote norm. And I hate the word normal because there really isn't normal, but
Not anymore.
no, but we all want, like, I have curly hair. Everybody was curly hair wants straight hair wants curly hair. It took me years to embrace my curly hair because when we dated back, in the Doom Buggy days, you didn't even know I had curly hair. I straightened my hair daily
Just for me?
for you because you told me you only like straight hair. And
That's love.
it was something. And I mean, my hair was
Gorgeous.
long.
Hey, gorgeous.
What is it now?
Like 4 feet long.
And
It's still gorgeous, but curly and red.
Yeah, buddy. Uno wants to join in and
Uno, come on.
everybody.
Oh,
So, come on, baby. So I would literally go and straighten my hair
my apologies.
to make my man happy. And
My man.
and thing is that people will never be happy enough. Like, you think about it today, and there are so many things. You have hair extensions, you have eyelash extensions, you have, fingernail extensions. People even get fake toenails where they make their toenails longer. They get fillers in their face, they get fillers in their lips, and then, everything, even the butt implants. There is like everything, and you don't really know what is behind all of that. And I have to say, I am one of those body dysphoria people because I have a ton of scars. This has never been debated. And I have always been told by many people that I was never going to be good enough. And that if I ever really had parents, it would be like Freddy Krueger and the Elephant Man had a baby, is what I looked like. I was their offspring.
So to take a line out of a movie with Cher called The Mask. You remember this movie?
That movie was amazing.
Amazing, right? But there was a line in there. I don't know the kid's name. Back then he was a kid, probably mid-20s, I guess.
It's actually a true story.
So the line was, he stated to somebody, and I don't recall the context, but he said, "You take off your mask, and I'll take off mine."
Yep.
And how true is that today? If and women, forgive me, y'all, forgive me.
Oh, we're doing
I am not
lover. Here we go.
I am not a proponent for all this damn makeup and umbrellas and eyelashes and all that.
I don't want to be.
You do not. And people can see the real you.
What?
It's very attractive. And ladies, men find this very attractive. Don't put on all that well blubber.
But they don't want the coyote ugly either, where they want to nod their hey.
Well, going back to your point of self-esteem and all.
Right.
They need to accept themselves for who and how and what they are. And, not try to hide the beauty that's underneath.
But see, I admit I'm a hypocrite in some ways because I can find beauty. Like anytime we go anywhere, or at the hospitals, I see the most beautiful people. You know, if they have had an accident or they have scarring, I think they're gorgeous. And I am literally jealous of these people because I'm like, how are you so comfortable? And I have 100 times more than you. It's not a competition. It's not. But this is my personal thoughts. It's how can you walk out like that? You are gorgeous and you have self-esteem. And I'll tell them, you know, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful. And they tell me I make their day. But I am like dressed from wrist to ankle 12 months of the year. And it sucks. And it is the worst thing ever. You would never want someone you love to be jailed by the occlusion of not comfortable within your own skin. It is really a incarceration. It is because you think about it every single day, every day. There's not a day that goes by you don't. And it sucks. It really does. It's like you're never going to be enough. Never, ever, ever. You know, I wanted so badly forever to like have that really short, ridiculous hair that you couldn't pull. Like that short.
What there's a reason behind that though.
Well, no, I wanted it before that, like when we dated, and I didn't know if I could pull it off. And I was more concerned about what people would have thought because I was notoriously known for my incredibly long red hair. Like everybody knew me for that. And I was more concerned with, oh, what if people thought, oh my God, there's the hair, it's not there anymore. And then that was it. So for the longest time I didn't cut it. But then when I had to have one of my gazillion surgeries and they had to shave part of my head and use part of my scalp to rebuild part of my eardrum, I was all like, I'll go cut it because I didn't have a choice anyway, right? And the problem is that body dysphoria is just another issue that these kids are going to have. And it's not fair. They don't need to be so worried. I mean, people are so judgmental. How can people, body dysphoria really is starting and earlier every year. And you go and look at these beautiful girls, and maybe they're not what society thinks they should look like. But who the hell is society? And who the hell are they to tell us what is and isn't? And so maybe they haven't grown into where they're supposed to be yet. And they get made fun of. Who are they going to be made fun of? The person that identifies as a cat who has cat litter in the toilet in the bathroom? I mean, you don't expect to get picked on and made fun of because that's how you identify. But you're going to make fun of this girl who might not be the size that society says she should be.
Right.
And that's not fair. That's really a not fair thing. I mean, you and I are much different physically than we were 25 years ago when we dated.
I'm 271 pounds. When I met you, I was probably right about 200-ish because I got out of the Air Force, went in at probably about maybe 224. So yeah, I put on a lot of weight. I happen to say it's all muscle. You're about to bust out laughing, aren't you?
No, but I've never seen you unattractive ever, except maybe when you're sleeping and jewels coming outside of your face.
Hey, that's me faking it.
That's not you faking. You don't know how to fake it.
Oh shit. What are we talking about?
Right. So, you know, I've never seen you look bad ever. And you constantly, you know, make comments that you're this big old fat guy, but I don't see you that way. And you're not a big old fat guy. But, you know, I ate my emotions when I lost my arm. I didn't take a single pain med. I didn't take anything for pain or to help relieve the anxiety or pain that came with it. And I ate it. And I just sat in the corner and threw food in my mouth. And I'm miserable because of it. And my husband lies to my face because he tells me,
What
you do.
Come on now.
Because you're like, no, I can't tell you you gained
This is
weight.
the question that every man
You're not every man.
dreads to hear.
You are not every man.
What is the question?
Do I look fat?
See, men, how would y'all answer that? Ladies, how do y'all want us to answer it?
You called me a cow the other day.
I call you heifer all the time.
No,
That's
you
different.
said, did you move?
I thought that's what you said. I have lost hearing.
I'm the one who wears hearing aids. Don't say what.
I don't wear my hearing aids.
You don't have any that
I
are
do.
active.
That is correct.
Right.
So let me ask you, if if, and you pinpointed these girls specifically, these young girls.
I can speak on their behalf.
Right.
I can't speak on the boys.
If they were on a road to self-discovery, right,
Sure.
to better themselves, how would they go about doing that if their self-esteem is low? What do they write a list and say, okay, I'm going to repeat this list in front of the mirror every day?
Well, it's funny you said that because I actually, and this was not rehearsed. We just go off the cuff.
No, let me guess.
I've written a book.
You read a book.
It's a workbook for
Of course you
teens
did.
about body dysphoria and how they can help overcome it. They have to work within themselves. They need to realize that the people who have spoken so negative about them are the ones that really need to be the one looking in the mirror, because it's those of us that have a good heart and the best pure intentions are the ones that end up needing that extra assistance. And when you see, you could go out with the hottest guy ever anywhere, and he opens his mouth, and you end up not going on a date with just him, but you end up going on a date with him in a mirror. He's not very attractive anymore. He kind of lost that, hotness, if you will. But then you go out with a guy who's cute, but he makes you laugh and he makes you smile. And
that's what
something just fell. That's the guy that becomes the most attractive man who you have ever laid eyes on, because you feel that connection to somebody who can make you laugh and makes you feel wanted. That's the person who is the most attractive person you've ever put your eyes on.
So how can they obtain this workbook?
Well, one of them is on Amazon, and you can look up under Victoria Cure. And then pretty soon we'll let you know when we're releasing. We're putting together our catalog of all different things, where we have some courses and we have different workbooks where you can come on and you could just digitally download them, so you don't have to wait. You can save it to your computer and actually fill in the blanks on the computer, or you can print them out. It's whatever you want to do. And it really helps you take a good look at yourself and realize that you are worth so much more than you give yourself credit for. I mean, let's take this for instance. Let's look, what are you pointing at? There's a cat in our yard. Our whole property is recorded on camera, and my husband is infatuated with whatever this
With
is.
2 eyes,
And
I found it.
So let's think back, babe, to how much time and energy we have spent on the wrong people. And I mean, you think about how much time you have given them, even when you knew deep down inside that they weren't the ones, that they weren't the one who made you happy, that they weren't the one, worthy of your love and devotion. And you think about how much of you give them. How is it that they're worth all of that, but you're not worth a little time to dedicate to yourself to make yourself the person you deserve to be?
Yeah. So you're right. There's some country songs saying that I gave her the best years of my life, and you got the rest, something like that. And it's sad that it took me going through 2 marriages to get to my last marriage and to find my soulmate. I had her back. I had her back then, way back yonder, but I didn't know what I had, and so just soiled my royal oats elsewhere, so to speak, and just wasted a lot of time, a lot of heartache, a lot of lies. I would say borderline depression, because there was a point where I was going to the job and I'd had liquor in my coffee mug on the way to the job site. It just got that bad in my second marriage. But yeah, you're right. If we, just don't waste that time.
Right. And you have to realize that when you give somebody who isn't worthy of you all of that time, it starts to begin to take a toll on you, and things about you change. And you don't even realize it. And I'm not talking about you yourself, babe. I'm talking about people in general. If it is a reflection back on you, then you could speak about that if you want. But I'm saying, like, for me, growing up being told, oh, if you eat that roll, you're gonna look like your mom, or she used to take care of herself, and now she lets herself go and doesn't put on makeup unless she's going out with her son. Like, these were things I heard all the time. So I got to that point where I was like, I don't want to roll, or nope, I don't want that, because I became obsessed about not looking like my bio mom or my bio step monster, as I call my stepsister, because my stepsister was a larger person, and my bio dad had the fear of God in me about how nobody, I mean, we're talking young, primitive age. Nobody would want a person that looked like that, that's not true. I mean, sorry, but I think Melissa McCarthy is gorgeous, and she's a bigger woman.
Tammy. She plays Tammy.
She does, but in the movie, she
like
played
that.
the
I
role.
like her. Yeah.
I think she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
You've ever seen her out on the talk show or whatever? She's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's absolutely Christy Metz, who played in This Is Us, another larger woman. She's gorgeous. She has an absolutely phenomenally beautiful voice. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, I don't think you have to be a size 0, and I think that's kind of unattractive. Like seeing your skin and bones and all that, is, to me, isn't attractive. And I think it's giving the really wrong impression to the girls today. Like, I know I'm going to lose a lot of people over this, and that's fine. But we all have opinions. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. And that's what makes chocolate and vanilla. Sorry, I'm going to go ahead and say it up front. I am sorry. I am not a Swiftie. I'm not. Gasp for air. I'm not, because I don't like her at all. Why? Let's dissect Taylor Swift for a second. Taylor Swift, country singer in the beginning, pure country girl, had some good songs in the beginning. Now, let's just talk fact. Nothing but facts. No hoopla, no nothing. Facts only. She writes songs about her relationships. Fact. You go out with her as a man, it's public hoo-ha everywhere. The Super Bowl wasn't a Super Bowl, it was the Taylor Swift show, because they kept showing her in her private suite drinking alcohol, being however. She writes songs placating the relationship, downgrading the guy she was with, bad mouthing the individual at one point in time she cared for. And she makes money on it. She goes out on stage and wears outfits that I think are incredibly inappropriate for teenage girls and younger to be wearing. I mean, there's girls that are like elementary age that love Taylor Swift, and they want to dress like her. They want to act like her. They want to be her. And when you see her, she's drinking, or she's got a new boyfriend every other day, or whatever the case may be. And she's had a plethora of them. And you know what? Keep your shit private. I'm sorry. But you go back and listen to any of these songs that she writes, and she just destroys her previous relationships. So, in general, what does that teach a girl? It teaches them you can dress in these ridiculous outfits. You can see, it's agreeing with me. You can, thought I did. You can wear ridiculous outfits, be in relationships, come and go as you please, change them like you change your underwear, and then badmouth people. And it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. I mean, what are your thoughts about it? Like, even when anyone wants to play a Swiftie song, I can't. I can't do it. I can't listen to her. I can't support it. I just can't. What are your thoughts about it?
I have none with her.
Why?
I don't care anything about it.
What are your thoughts on J-Lo?
None.
Why?
I don't care anything about her.
But I mean, don't you think if you're in the public eye, like, and you have the eye of these young girls, don't you think that you really should be a little more impressionable to them than to give them the message that it's okay to see someone, call them out for every tiny little detail, and make money on them? I don't think that's right. I think that's another way of body dysphoria, because you're just showing some of these kids cannot pull off and wear some of these clothes for one reason or another. I mean, like, there's plenty of clothes that I can't wear because I'm one arm. It's not because of a weight thing or a size thing. It's just a life thing. And, then you get looked down upon because you're not the real whole Swiftie, whatever. I just think it's ridiculous. I think that there are not true role models out there like there used to be. Who was your role model growing up?
Superman.
Seriously?
I didn't have one.
But I mean, we watch like what was the Wonder or no, Super Friends or whatever it was on TV, the cartoon, wasn't it Super Friends?
I don't know which cartoon you watched.
Um,
Mine was Hanna-Barbera.
that's part of them.
Okay. Super Friends?
Yeah,
No.
look it up. Look it up. It was
So what about if some of these teachers can have a class on this and encourage, that one student, because they see the students every day. They see their demeanor, how they dress, demeanor.
Oh.
And
crick.
they understand what's going on in their classroom. What about a compassionate word or a kind word? Hey, Cynthia, that sweater, I hear the kids laughing and giggling at you, but I think it really looks pretty on you. It brings out your eyes.
Right. And the ones that are in there, I've always said to Faith, raise your arms, touch your toes. If something shows, go change your clothes. That's, been how it is. But when you're in school, if you're wearing booty shorts, they should send you home.
Oh my God. There's some, because I leave for work so early in the morning, I see kids getting on the bus or at the bus stops. And it is
old.
Man, there's some stuff that, I think they're out there, street hoeing. So it's crazy.
Some schools will allow them to show their midriff, which I think is completely not okay. Like allowing them to have these caffeinated monster drinks in school. I don't agree with it either, but that's not what we're talking about tonight. But it's literally like, show some respect for yourself. You're trying to get attention and it's the wrong kind of attention that you're drawing to yourself by dressing like that. And, the parents say, well, it's, not my fault. I'm trying to play the innocent game. Who the hell bought it? And if you didn't buy it and they went out and got it on their own, don't tell me you don't do their laundry or you don't put their laundry away or you don't go in their room and you don't see it hanging in there or it's stashed away somewhere. Don't tell me, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt if you honestly say, well, I didn't buy it. Okay, you didn't buy it, but at some point in time, you've seen it. And the minute you see it, I would cut it up and make it into a dust cloth.
Be that responsible person called a parent and go through their stuff. If there's something in there that is inappropriate, I'm not allowing our daughter to wear
it. No.
And I just got rid of a pair of shorts that I thought were too small.
Because, well, they were not. And then she had a little growth spurt and got a little taller. And now, and in all fairness, our daughter's gone through a hell of a weight loss up and down being all the surgery she's had. And we're talking about massive weight journey. And she has like all sorts of size clothes in her room, but we're trying desperately to get her to go through. And then we donate the sizes that no longer fit to shelters of domestic violence and other organizations. But the minute we saw it, and you know what, she's never asked where they've gone to. Because, and you know what, when she was little, what I would do is if the parents are listening and they've got younger kids, is I would get long t-shirts, like, 4 or 5 sizes too big. And guess what? Those were pajamas. She could wear them to sleep. And she loved them because they were that soft cotton t-shirt, and then of course sleep shorts or whatever underneath. And then when that summer rolled around, she could wear it for a t-shirt, right? So it was a universal piece of clothing that you didn't have to keep going out and buying new clothes for, because in the beginning they could wear them as nightgowns, right? But our daughter, of course, has to have everything match, even her nightgown, pajama, not her nightgown, but her shirt and shorts and everything has to match. But you can still do that. Everybody's agreeing with me.
Well, they don't want to hear the ding.
That's because everybody's agreeing. But I'm just saying, like, start out, get them, 4 or 5 sizes too big. And if it goes down to their feet, it goes down to their feet, but they'll be comfy. And then, as they continue on, then they can wear it as a regular t-shirt or a shirt around the house or a cover up to the pool. But there is no reason. Okay, I'm going to show you a picture. I saw prom dresses that some people sent to me, and it has girls that are 15, 16, 17 years old, where they're wearing see-through, total see-through, And then underneath it is, what do they call those with boyfriend panties where it goes up the crack and you can see the,
How do I know?
I don't know. I don't know the name of them.
I don't wear panties.
Except that one time in Banfield.
No,
I
no. It was a cheerleader's outfit.
have that
And
picture.
it was one time.
Hey, Stucco. And
Stucco, you gotta go out, buddy.
then
Mom's talking about thongs.
they had like a backless shirt, and it was just wildly inappropriate to go to. And then you're going to prom, number one. Number two, everybody knows what's supposed to happen
How
on
can
prom.
mom and dad not see their child go out to prom? And see their thong or see through whatever?
Some of the moms let them borrow one of theirs.
That's
I mean, what kind of, okay, you were a male slut at one point. What
thanks.
were you not? After speaking with dad, your dad, this weekend,
Oh, bring,
my God.
just bring him in on this. Huh?
I love him.
I bet you'll have him podcasting, won't you?
I will. He'll talk all
Oh,
sorts of
Lord.
shit about you. I can't wait.
Y'all don't tune in next week.
It's not
or,
next week.
A couple weeks.
Oh, yeah, we're doing a roast Michael episode. Oh, yeah, we are. You better be careful. You don't know who I've got on the call on. And this is what I'm saying. Back in the day, if you saw someone dressed like that at school, what went through your mind?
Who's your mama?
She's going to lay it down,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Look, and that's not right. Like, why can't you just be an elegant young lady who acts accordingly?
I'm gonna be the advocate here.
I cannot wait.
So you're telling me, Miss Victoria, that I'm asking for it if I'm wearing a set of booty short clothes?
Absolutely not.
Are you saying it's my clothes' fault?
No,
That my intentions
no,
are for that man to molest me?
no. I can debate this all day long. Absolutely not. No.
Then what are you saying?
It does grab the wrong attention and send out a wrong signal, but you could be wearing you could be wearing pants. You could be wearing capri shorts. You could be wearing long sleeve t-shirt and sweatpants. And if you get assaulted, that has nothing to do with it. Yes, it does draw the wrong kind of attention and draw the wrong kind of people, but it doesn't have anything necessarily to do with your clothing. It does not. And people who say that need to go find a couch to go sit on. That's the best way I can say it.
That was very nice.
Thank you. It is. I mean, that's what you need to do. And I just hate it for these girls who feel trapped because they want to fit in so badly, but they feel like this is the way they have to do it. And they're worth so much more. And if they're not hearing it at home or they're not hearing it at school and they're getting peer pressured left, right, and center, I'll talk to you. I don't care. I'll talk to you and remind you how beautiful you are. If you can't afford the body dysphoria book, reach out to me and I'll send it to you for free. My husband's eyes just about popped out of his head. If I am not going to let the cost of what it took to make it prohibit a teenager from getting the information that they need to get the help that they need. And it's just, if you need someone to talk to, you can always reach out and know that what you say confidentially stays between us. Unless you're threatening to hurt yourself, then I am obligated as a report. I am, a reporting mandated reporter, that then I have to. But other than that, you always have somewhere safe to talk and you're unconditionally accepted. And here's the difference. You're actually heard. I want to hear what you have to say and I want to help any way that I can.
So speaking of that,
Oh boy.
speaking of that, y'all know that we went through a short period of time here back before Christmas with our daughter Faith, and we did not do a lot of podcasting during these 3, 4, almost 5 months.
Yeah.
And so, we dropped out of our 1% place that we were at because of y'all. Okay, it's not because of us; it's because of y'all. Y'all put us in the top 1% globally of the most listened to podcast, and we appreciate that with all our hearts.
We stayed there over a year.
Yes, so we have currently dropped down to the top 2% now, I believe.
It's still extremely impressive.
But this was not our fault, and we're not going to apologize but we'd like for y'all to help get us back up there. Y'all take this episode and share it with someone, share it with your daughter, share it with someone, and get them to follow us. Faith would greatly appreciate that also, saying that, the courage that she put out there to interview while she's in a hospital bed
She was in the
appreciated.
ICU. She was not
It's
in
still a hospital bed.
Okay, but she was in the ICU. And remember, the day before, she coded. The day
She did.
before.
She didn't know. Scary times, but I mean, it lets her know that all this hard work is not being set aside just because of a hiccup. Hopefully the last time she's ever have to have surgery, and that's done. So please like, share, follow, and help get us back up there in the top 1%.
You think she's a daddy's girl.
Oh my God.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm gonna puke.
Tell me I'm wrong. You haven't told anybody to get her book yet.
Y'all buy a book.
Here we go.
It ain't but a couple bucks.
Here we go.
Amazon. Her book is called I Am Kitten, Dad's Girl, and dang proud of it. Look it up on our website, thecontagiousmile.com.
What are the names of her other books?
Oh my gosh. I can't name all 34,000 books of yours.
No, not mine.
Hers, I can't name all hers. She's got like 3 others.
She's got 4.
I said 3 others.
No, 4 others.
4 others?
Yeah.
A total of 5?
Uh-huh.
That kid.
She wants to write one with her dad, but that hasn't come to fruition just yet. So when are you two going to start writing your book together?
When I can retire here at the house. I have a 9-to-5 grinder out there.
And you sleep 14 hours a day.
That's true too. That's because I have to work so damn much. So get me home. You don't sleep that much, do you? You don't.
I don't sleep hardly at all.
And how many hours a day you work?
20.
Okay, then that proves my theory right there.
Right there?
Right there.
Which is what? Hey, what's our redneck word of the day?
I don't rightly know, ma'am.
No,
Did you tell me?
I don't rightly know.
So I am really hot in this little room.
You're always hot.
Well, I just got a jacuzzi and a shower.
Why don't you go help Faith? Because she needs help in her room for a minute.
There you go.
That would be wonderful.
So
because if you don't, I have to do it.
I'll allow you to take us out, and thank y'all for listening and visiting our website. Yes, my wife is gorgeous.
See, body dysphoria. That's tonight's topic.
Oh my. Anyway, take us out, babe.
You gonna help her? Oh, my husband. I waited so long for him. The right one will come around, and when he does, you'll know it. I knew it the night I met him. They stay with you forever. You can leave it open.
Bye, y'all.
Anyway, please share. Understand again, if you are a teen, a young lady, anyone that needs some help and assistance with the body dysphoria, please reach out to me. Let me know. I'm happy to help any way that I can. Just sitting and talking about it makes a huge, huge difference. And we don't need to imprison ourselves with this. It is the worst sentence ever. And we don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. I thank you again for following us and listening, and we will talk with you soon. Y'all have a great week.